How are you, buddy?
Hey, man, what's up? I'm good. How are you?
So I have so many things to ask you about. So I get pitched on guests all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I get publicists sending me garbage every day. And for some reason, they sent me your guy. Now, how is it that you have? I know all.
So you get garbage every day and Rob.
No, I wasn't lumping that in. No. How you seem like a guy who is not new in comedy, maybe, but up and comer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yet you have a whole team of people that work for you already.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I social media has helped me out a lot. I recently had this, studio. Reach out to me and they wanted to, kind of represent me. So
really?
So I got a few people help me out. They're the reason why I'm in Florida now.
Well,
why I'm talking to you. So.
I'll tell you, they did a good job because they sent me a thing and said, comedian Rob Stant's going to be rolling through town. Maybe you could be a good guest for your show. Mm. And I look at all these things. I would say 97% rate of me going garbage and just pushing it aside. And I watched your clip, and I go, oh, that's funny. So I went to YouTube, and I watched more of your stuff. Next thing you know, a half hour later, I'm still watching the guy. They're very funny.
Oh, and it's funny, too, because whenever I came in, you asked me if I had heard of him, and I go, that name sounds familiar. And I had just seen your clip about those guys stealing your joke.
Oh, yeah.
Explain that, because he was starting to tell me that, too.
Yeah, so I posted a joke not too long ago, and it's the most viral joke I probably have on any of my social medias. It got 20 some million views.
Wow.
Which is great because,
Can you monetize that?
There's a way, but I have this conspiracy theory that when you do monetize stuff, it gets pushed further down on Instagram.
Okay.
Because then they're like, oh, he's making money off of it, and I don't know. It's my tinfoil hat conspiracy.
I got you.
Have you met Spanish? Hello.
Yeah, but so the video, it did really well, got 20 some million views, but then somebody stole it. These two influencers, they have some podcast or whatever, and they were doing my joke, but they were pretending it was an organic conversation, literally doing my setup. Punchline, like how we're talking now.
And how did you find out? How did it come to you?
So I actually had some people who listen to my podcast tagging me in the comments of their video, being like, "Hey, Rob, these guys are stealing your bit,
your stuff,
yeah, saying words that I can't say on radio."
Yeah.
And so I saw that, and I was like, wow, this sucks. But I was like, let me try to use it as an opportunity to get some content out of it.
Which I thought was great because I saw that you kind of responding and making it funny and not even bashing them, being like, hey guys, all right, if you want to do this, let's work together then.
So what did you do?
So I just made a video being I just called them out on it basically, and then they're really good looking dudes. I mean, they're shredded. They're just really good looking guys. And I was like, well, they stole my joke. I'm going to steal their bodies. Then the end of the video is me doing push-ups with my tour dates on it. So
it was great.
I took it as an opportunity. I was like, how can I make this something that I'm always looking to find something out of whatever, how can I promote this?
And it's better that you weren't just bitter and be like, these guys stole my stuff, could be negative. That making it funny and doing that and the push-ups, I thought was
great. They ever reach back out to you?
No, so they blocked me and I messaged them. I was like, hey, let me know when you guys want me to come on the podcast, and then they left me on red. And look, it is crappy that they stole my joke.
Sure. Yeah.
But I want to give them they don't know any better. They're just two hot dudes who are just being yeah, we'll steal this sweaty little guy's bit, and who's ever gonna know?
We used to do afternoons, and when we did afternoons, we were a lot more loose. We used to do, and I'm talking 10, 20 years ago, we used to do some crazy stuff that we couldn't do now, and it would show up. We come up with a game or something or a contest, and then Ellen would be doing the same thing 2 months later, and we go, "How is it?" And then we do something, and Jimmy Fallon will be doing it a month later. And we're like, "What's going on?" And we find out that these writers, they go to websites and they listen, and then they pitch these things like they're their ideas.
Yeah.
And they're just basically stealing. I don't think Ellen ever heard our show. She didn't do it,
Well, yeah, because a lot of these comedians have ghostwriters and stuff, and I've seen that where some comics are getting called out for stealing jokes, and they're not stealing it, obviously. They have way too much to lose.
Right.
But whoever they're hiring to write for them is, doing what you just said.
How old of a guy are you?
I'm 29.
29, young, married.
Yeah.
I learned from your act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to a woman. I know I said those guys were hot. I have a wife.
Yeah. What made you get married so young?
So I've been with my wife. We started dating. I was 18 and she was 17. So we've been together, since the end of high school up until now. And yeah, I don't know. I just.
What's gonna happen when you hit it big and and then girls are throwing themselves at you and you're gonna be like, damn it.
Man, that's I don't know. It's lonely in the hotel rooms. We'll see.
I bet. And this is just an early time for you.
I can see why people cheat. I get it now.
Yeah. Because you can get away with it. Yeah. Meanwhile, my wife is 8 feet away.
No, I'm not. I love my wife. She's great. She's the best. She's very supportive of me doing my thing. So
yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah.
How long will you give it? Like, do you have a plan? How long until you become super famous?
I thought you were saying until I get divorced.
No. I mean, like I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, we're friends with a lot of comedians who have made it super big, but I don't know that I would have made it all the way through that period of on my way up because it just all that traveling and being alone, it just seems miserable.
Well, I mean, it's the moments like this make it worth it. Stuff like this, and
if this is your goal, boy, you are really missing out.
You did it.
This is cool. But I mean,
were you on the way here? Were you like, I'm going to do the biggest show in the state of Florida? This is pretty awesome. And then you pulled up and you're like, it's in this guy's garage.
No, man, you have a beautiful house. It's awesome.
Thank you. I just always wonder what people think when we've had some big time celebrities coming up and they have to go in my garage. And when you first walk in, it's a garage until you get in here. So I just always wonder what people are thinking when they first get here.
No, it's actually, I was pulling up. I was like, holy crap. This is the nicest house I've ever seen.
Oh.
So.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. Some of my neighbors got some pretty nice houses. Okay. But anyway, this is Rob Stant. Rob is going to be at Side Splitters. Now, you've never played there before, right?
No. Yeah, it's my first time in Tampa. First time at Side Splitters tonight. Still some tickets left, so yeah, come check me out.
I'll tell you, I very rarely do I get just like somebody right off the start. It usually takes something to grow on you, but your stuff is, if you haven't seen them, go search them on YouTube or follow them on social media, and you'll find some really funny stuff.
Thanks.
Also, don't be confused and think that this is Will and we're pulling a prank on you. Guy that works on the station, you guys could be brothers.
Yeah.
You sound very similar. You look similar.
Okay. Very good looking guy.
Yeah.
Super hot.
You look like Bob from Top Gun. Did you see the Top Gun Maverick?
Oh, yeah.
Do you look a little like Bob?
Yeah.
See?
I saw that movie in 4D.
4D?
Oh. Yeah, it was not worth it. It was just 2 hours of my chair shaking. It was pretty rough. But
we I didn't really talk to you about this, but I went to the Sphere this weekend to see the UFC fight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, it was so amazing. But explain this to me. What is a trigger on a drum?
A trigger on a drum is whenever you hit it, it sends a signal, and then there's a sampled sound of a recorded drum, and that'll play.
So I think it's similar to that they had the canvas. Whenever or whatever they use in the octagon,
it would make a sound.
Whenever they hit, the whole thing would rumble, our whole seat would rumble.
Oh yeah,
but also you'd hear the sound too, and boom, and everything would shake.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was every time they hit, so they must have had it easily triggered to do that. It was awesome. Yeah.
The Sphere is definitely it's on my bucket list. Definitely.
You got to go. You look like a guy who would go see the Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah, you know what's funny about this? So I don't listen to the Grateful Dead. I'll be honest.
I like you already.
So I bought a T-shirt that had their logo, the teddy bears on it.
Right.
And I just thought it was a cool shirt.
Right.
I was like, I like that, and I didn't know it was a Grateful Dead shirt. And then people kept walking up to me and being like, "Stay dead, brother." And I was like,
I had no idea.
Like, what are you talking? And everybody was saying it. I was like, did I die? What's happening? I swear to God, I had no idea it was a Grateful Dead shirt. And then somebody pointed it out. They're like, "Yeah, Grateful Dead." I was like, "Oh." And I had to stop wearing the shirt.
You just thought it was a cute teddy bear shirt with little lightning bolts on it or whatever they have.
And he was a ghost.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't like. I was a poser for a while with that band, but
listen. I admire you more for the shirt than listening to the band. Yeah, I don't. If there's an opportunity for you to go to do anything there, it doesn't have to be a concert or anything. Just go see whatever movie they're showing in there or whatever. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's legal out in Vegas too, so I might,
You're a weed guy? What do you do?
I've been getting into mushrooms recently.
Really?
Trying that out. Yeah.
Now, how are you taking them through? Like edible, like a candy or something like chocolate? Yeah. And how do you know how much to eat?
So they have it so they're supposed to have it measured or whatever. Like they have it's like it says on the bar, it's like 2 bricks mellow.
Yeah.
4 bricks, the walls will melt or whatever. Because I get them in DC, they're legal out there.
Okay.
And I'll bring them home with me or whatever. Anytime I go, I do a lot of stuff at the DC Improv.
Right.
And I'll bring some candy bars home or whatever. And they have like on the here's how much you take. Now, granted, there's been a couple times where I've taken two bars and I was like, I don't feel anything. There's been times where I've taken the same pieces and I'm like, because it's just some guy in a garage just mixing stuff.
Them up.
Yeah, so you don't know. The guy's also high doing it.
I don't smoke pot. I don't drink. I mean, I drink a little bit, but I Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
Bert gave me one of those bars.
Okay.
And he goes, here, take this, and I go, okay, and he goes, just eat 1 square, don't eat. And he goes, no, eat 3 squares. And I go, no, I don't. I'm afraid. Yeah, now I pick it up and I look at it every once in a while and I go, I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's my motto is it's always better to be not high enough than too high.
Exactly.
It's better to be disappointed than to be on the couch like, oh my god.
Yeah. Now my son has taken them, and he's told me that he's had some instances where things were melting, and I don't know if I can handle that.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I never saw anything melt, but I was watching TV once, and it felt like I was watching the TV in layers.
Right.
Like how this desk is here and you're there and the wall's there. I could see that like through the TV. And I was like, I have to go outside.
Yeah.
Like, now I understand why people will take mushrooms in like nature, because I was like, I got to get out of this house. And as soon as I went outside, like the trees were everything. It's like everything's breathing. Is what it feels like. But normally I only take enough just for like now, just like the body high. Like I went to go see Weezer, the Wells Fargo Center in Philly, and I took mushrooms before that, and just enough, like two pieces.
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4. That's when you start to kind of hallucinate or whatever. And it was great. I felt great. The Flaming Lips opened for them.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I had never seen them live before, but it's like they knew. It's like they had all the lights going, and they had these giant blow ups. And it was,
doesn't he come out in the ball and he like comes out into the audience and stuff?
Oh, he didn't do that. But I went to go get a drink. So my wife, who really never does like drugs at all, she took mushrooms that night too. And I went to go get a beer, and as I was coming back, I was like, so we were in the pit.
Right.
I was walking down the stairs, and I looked over, and they had these 2 giant blow-up eyeballs and lips, and they were moving around the stage. And I was like, oh my god, my poor wife is probably freaking out.
Nuts,
So I went to go check on her, and she's like, is this really happening? I was like, yeah, it's okay, just relax. And but then I came down during Weezer, and that was nice, because I was just like, all right, I had the peak, and now we're chilling.
I always thought it would be cool is if I got guys like if you were here, if I got guys that like we or girls too, whatever, got in a room and we all took a bunch of mushrooms, just videotaped it for an hour. Yeah, but I'm afraid I'm going to say racist stuff. And we're not necessarily
Why
racist.
racist?
I don't know.
You know why.
Things, no. I mean, just things that get me in trouble,
They have, like I was saying on the bar, they actually have a unit of measurement for racism. If you eat the entire bar, you will say racist stuff. Yeah.
It just says 5 pieces Hitler.
6 pieces.
This is comedian Rob Stant who's with us. He is going to be at Side Splitters tonight, 960-1197 or sidesplitterscomedy.com to get tickets. I wish it wasn't a Wednesday night. I'd love to come out and see. I really find your stuff to be very funny.
Yeah, it's thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, tickets are. You could also get tickets in my Linktree on my Instagram at Rob Stant Comedy.
And go watch him because he's funny. And do you know who else? Well, who do people tell you look like besides Bob from Maverick?
I've been getting, man, I get
because I got one ever since I saw you in the video. I'm like, oh, he looks like that guy, but nobody's going to get this reference.
I used to have this bit. You know something funny? I used to have this bit, and I would open with it on stage. And it's kind of hacky now. I don't really do it anymore. But I used to go, I look like John Lennon and the guy who shot him. And then recently, Sean Lennon, John Lennon's son, followed me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
And he was like, and I didn't even realize till somebody pointed it out because I have my notifications turned off.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him and I was like, hey man, thanks for the follow. Love your stuff. And then he was like, yeah, I love comedians who aren't afraid to push the envelope. And I wonder if he had like,
somebody probably turned him on to that. Yeah. That's a funny joke though.
Yeah. I was opening with that for a while, and then I just got so tired of doing it.
Yeah. You're too young to know who this is, but have you ever even seen the Brady Bunch?
Oh, I know exactly
I
what
know
you're talking
about. I can't. He's Danny Bonaducci, right?
No, that's the
that's
Partridge
Partridge
Family.
Oh my God.
No, this kid's
I'm way too young.
this kid. So the Brady Bunch kids got older, and when they got older, they're like kind of losing their appeal. So they brought in a younger kid, a cousin.
Okay.
Cousin Oliver.
Yep.
And you look a little bit like Cousin Oliver.
Okay.
Now, Galvin's going to bring up a picture, and I feel like the one you bring up is going to make him get mad at me. And be like, why are you showing me this?
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I mean, you got the glasses and long hair, and
It's around glasses.
Yeah.
Like if you said this was Rob when he was a kid, you'd be like,
yeah.
I can
It's
see
funny you
that.
pulled up my picture. I think I got Gabe Newell recently, or the guy who invented Steam. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I'm getting his last name right. It's Gabe, whoever invented Steam on the computer.
Steam. Okay,
You know
I thought I was thinking the Steam engine. I was like, that was somebody else.
Whoever invented the
Steam program.
Yeah,
I
Steam
see
program.
him.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm glad you made it in.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
glad
happy
you
to
got
be
to come here. Hopefully, next time you're back in town, you'll come on the show.
Yeah.
I want to do something together. I want to have you come out to one of our live gigs or something.
I'd love to.
I want our audience to see you because you're very funny.
You let me know, man. I'm down. You know, it's not that long of a flight for me. It's flights to Florida are relatively cheap. So
Where do you go? You go from here to Orlando or to Winter Haven?
yeah. So Side Splitters tonight, and then I'm crashing in Tampa, and then I'm at the Laugh Out Lounge in Winter Haven
Do you
tomorrow
know
night.
anybody here, or are you just just chilling out for the night?
Yeah.
Well, look, dude, very funny.
Thank you.
Oh, and your team of people. You have a team of people already.
Yeah,
you do a good job.
And it's great. It's great. I was I'm very fortunate. Social media has done a lot for me, and these guys are great. Gold Studios. I'll just give them a shout out.
Yeah.
They've been working with me. So
Good. Well, all right, man. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure to
Thank
meet
you
you
for
guys.
getting up early and coming here. Rob
you so
Stant,
much.
see him at Side Splitters tonight,
Yeah.
960-1197 or sidesplitterscomedy.com, and plug your socials or whatever you want to find you.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Rob Stant Comedy, YouTube. Everything is Rob Stant Comedy. I have a special on YouTube called Bobby Boy, and I have a podcast also called Two in the Stink. So give that a listen as well.
Who, you do that with anybody? You do that by yourself? Who
My
do you do it
buddy,
with?
one of my best buds, Jim Gillespie. He usually goes on the road with me anytime I can drive somewhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to fly him out for this one. I could barely afford to fly myself out for this one.
Yeah,
but
it sucks right now, but I have a feeling that in a couple of years it's going to be hard for us to get you back on the show.
Oh, dude, not at all. I won't forget about this.
That's what Bert used to say.
We were just talking about Sebastian, who used to Side Splitters and couldn't fill the room and stuff, and now he's going to be back here at the Emily Arena.
We only put Sebastian Maniscalco on the show because he was in that Vince Vaughn Wild West comedy movie.
Okay.
And we brought him on the show, and we were like, all right, we'll give this guy a shot. And then he was pretty funny,
Yeah.
and we had a good relationship with him. And then all of a sudden, one day, we're like, there's no way we get Sebastian Maniscalco again. Now he's playing
Nobody
arenas.
rings the doorbells anymore.
By the way, I texted you something. Take a look at it because I didn't want to say it on air because not sure, whatever, but just an idea.
Yeah. I'll say it. Yeah. We have a cruise that we go on. You'd be great for the cruise.
Oh, dude, let me know. Honestly, that would be a dream come
We do it
true.
every year. This is our 18th one.
Do you know the dates or anything?
It's in April.
April.
Okay, yeah.
April,
I'm wide
but
open in April. Right
That
now,
would be
so.
fun. That would be fun if we
Dude,
take
let me
around.
know. I'm actually. It's funny. I'm going on a cruise just for fun with my family in February.
Yeah.
So let's run it, dude. Just back to back.
Yeah, dude. We went one year. I got off a cruise, got into a car, drove to Orlando the same day, and went and got on and met my family. Went on another cruise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
They're fun. I like
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. Rob Stant, go see him at Side Splitters tonight. We'll take a quick break. Galvin's got a new open letter. We'll do that next on 102.5 The Bone.